Welcome once again to another Foolish Fish Esoteric News video with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. I've got so much amazing news for you this week. It's hard to know where to start, but this might be well, one place to start. I think that personally, any one of these three bits of news could have made headlines in any given week. The True Grimoire is finally getting a second edition. Jake Stratton-Kent's first volume to his Encyclopedia Goetica. Yeah, we're getting a second edition, finally. I've been waiting for this for a long time. This is really very, very exciting news, and we know that the pre-orders will actually start on the 1st of April. That is exciting news. The second bit of exciting news is that we now have a date for Holy Heretics, the third volume in Frater Acher's Holy Diamond cycle, right, his trilogy. And that will be published in spring 2022, so we know that that's going to be within the next 4 months. Extremely exciting news. And then thirdly, we've got Peter Mark Adams's Hagia Sophia, Sanctum of Kronos, which is coming out this summer. We've now got a little blurb on that. We're going to know, we know more or less what it's going to be about. Study on spiritual descent and the sacred architecture of the Hagia Sophia. And each one of these have got their little blurb. And I'm so excited for all three of these. Very, very exciting news. Definitely three books to look out for. Staying with a bit of news from Frater Acher, actually, last week I was telling you about this Rosicrucian Magic, which was getting this beautiful special artisan deluxe leather-bound edition by McCall Company. Miskatonic Books are making these available already for pre-order. I wasn't expecting them to go into pre-order quite so fast, and it's looking like they're selling like hotcakes, which that is a price point, isn't it? For sure. But a lot of people are clearly very interested. The 30 copies of Goetic Common Sense sold within just a few days, and now that this one, it's a slightly different price, right? Fair enough, but apparently these are already going, as I say, very, very fast. I'm so pleased to see that this fantastic work is getting such a beautiful treatment, as I showed you already last week. Fantastic news. Good stuff. Moving on to news from Hadean Press. This is their latest available book. It's Kuzen Azaka Mede, Engaging with the Loi of Work, Labour and Land. So Yasezibo Ungan is bringing us this introduction to Kuzen Azaka Mede, this voodoo loi dedicated to work, labour and land. It looks like a very interesting title, only available in paperback from what I can see. Nevertheless, if you are curious at all about voodoo, maybe curious quite specifically about this particular lore, then this will be of interest to you. So that's very exciting as well. This is a publisher that I hadn't heard of, Brute Norse, and it looks like this is actually Brute Norse's first publication, what else to call it, first book. I'm not sure this is the font that I would have gone with if I wanted to make my brand known. To work out that this actually says brute force, well, I had to look at the URL, it looks like an exciting book. It's a book on love spells and erotic sorcery in Norwegian folk magic. So not Norse in general, but specifically Norwegian. It's a translation. I really like the little blurb here. It's quite cool. 50 plus pages, chock full of terrible ideas and mostly bad advice for your love life. A fascinating glimpse into the magically infused boudoir of pre-industrial Scandinavia. I'm sure many viewers are going to be curious to see what's included here. It looks certainly fun, if nothing else. But yeah, I'm not sure how much literature there is out there on very specifically Norwegian folk magic. So that's a really nice addition to the canon there. Great stuff. More exciting news, really exciting news. This one from Craig Williams, who is giving us a tantalizing little teaser here. What else to call it? It's looking like the upcoming book coming from Anathema Publishing. My understanding is that this is 2023, is going to be called Desert Meditations, Gnostic Cartography. Now, after the success of Entering the Desert, which was his, one of his previously extremely popular books, currently available in paperback through Anathema Publishing, it's very exciting to see that that his next upcoming book, the book that he's currently working on, is going to be in some way a continuation of that. So that's very exciting. A nice little quotation from what he's working on at the moment. Really good stuff. Nice to have a look around his website as well, just to see what else there is around here. It's a nice website to go and check out. Moving on to, actually sticking around really with news from Anathema Publishing. They've got quite a bit of news coming up. That Leviathan Anima Mundi large format print is now available for pre-order for people who didn't sign up in advance. I'm assuming that if you're watching Foolish Fish, you probably did sign up for the newsletter, and but maybe you didn't. Maybe you're not a Foolish Fish regular viewer, and maybe you're seeing this for the first time. Jose Gabriel Alegria Sabogal is in his signature beautiful art style has made this gorgeous representation of the Gnostic cosmology, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's 150 prints, high quality prints. These really are very high quality. I'm assuming they're going to be of the same standard as everything else that Anathema Publishing has ever printed in terms of their posters, right? In terms of their art prints, and it's extraordinary. And yeah, those of you who hadn't signed up to be able to be the first to purchase are now able to go directly to the website, and so that's Canadian dollars. Let me just bring up the US dollar price. There we go, and order it directly through their website. So 2 days ago, two thirds of these had sold already. So 2 days ago there was still 50 of them left. My assumption is that since those 2 days have gone by, many of those have sold as well. I certainly have ordered my own. It's how could I possibly miss out on this, right? Right, moving on to still news, a lot of news. As I was saying, from Anathema Publishing this week, and it looks like the Hanged God is going to get a Ukrainian translation. Some very exciting news once again. So Olga beg your pardon, I'm not sure what the Ukrainian pronunciation here is. Yashinskaya, or maybe Yasinskaya, will be working on the translation. So that's really exciting to see some of Anathema Publishing's works being translated into other languages, and of course very exciting to see that in Ukrainian. And sticking actually with some news from Ukraine, we've got the artist, the very well-known, very well-loved Ukrainian artist Nightgrowler, who reached out to me a couple of days ago. And of course, just to remind everyone that, well, he's in Kiev right now. He's stuck in his basement, hoping to see an end to the shelling and so on and so forth, so that he can just go about his day without fearing for his life. And just a reminder that he's open for commission work, and very, very eager to do work for anyone who is looking for an accomplished occult and esoteric artist. You can see his fantastic work directly through Instagram. He was interviewed, by the way, by Glitch Bottle just a couple of weeks ago. Maybe go and have a listen to that. It's a very interesting edition, very interesting episode. There we are. Moving on to, so Strange Angles is an upcoming journal, it seems, and they're looking for submissions. So if any of you are interested in the kind of Lovecraftian flavor, then you might think about writing an article for this upcoming Lovecraftian journal. It seems quite interesting. Of course, I'll leave details down in the description, as with everything that I'm showing you here, so you can have a look at how to where to send your submissions. This is the email to send it to over here. As I say, I'll link all of that down below. You can have a read of the details of what they're looking for. And what style they're looking for, and what kind of approach they're looking for, and things like that. But yeah, I know that a lot of people who watch my channel are interested in this kind of Lovecraftian flavor, and this might be an interesting, exciting thing for those of you to whom that applies. Right. Moving on to news from Photophrenic, right? Daniel Yates, whom I featured last week. I was telling you that this is going to start a day after I made the video. It has the pre-orders have actually started now. The Futhorc Rune set, and there are three different styles, three different types. There's the Heaven, the Heaven set or edition, which both of the Heaven editions have sold out now. There's the Harrow edition right here, and the Grave and Thorn versions have sold out, but from what I can see, the Oak and the Ash versions are still available, and there are still a few of the let me just try and find the the right picture for you here. Let's move along. Here we are. I'm assuming that this is the regular standard Shrine edition is what he's calling it. And we can see how beautiful they have turned out to be, right? They're really, really beautiful sets. So just if those of you who didn't catch my news video last week, this is a Futhorc set. So this is an Old English Norse set of runes based on this lovely Old English poem, and Daniel Yates has actually carved all of these slate stones. This is what he does. I actually recommend going to check out the rest of his work on Photophrenic on this website, which is really gorgeous. Yeah, just nice to see those pictures a little bit more close up. Each one of those sets is associated with a specific rune. So you can see that on those Harrow editions, the rune is actually written on the satchel, and yeah, with the Heaven editions, you get a little tag like this, and then for the I'm never going to find it. Here we go. For the Shrine edition, same thing. You get a little tag like that. Yeah, what he was saying is that there are 6 runes representing the Harrow editions and Heaven edition. There's two Heaven editions, 4 Harrow editions, so that's 6 of them taken up by those 6 there, and then there are 23 Shrine editions. One rune attributed to each of these. Yeah, this limited edition, of course. Very, very exciting stuff. Yeah, you can see Oak and Ash are still available, and so is the Shrine edition over there. Right, moving on to news from Troll Cunning Forge US. I mean, day after day I see the beautiful creations of Troll Cunning Forge, who sells his just really beautiful metalwork on Etsy. And this week I just saw this and I had to show it to you. It's just really, really gorgeous. So beautiful. It's a Kali singing bowl, or offering bowl, right? And it's so pretty, so gorgeous. Lots and lots of lovely stuff. I've shown you Cunning Troll Forge stuff on these videos in the past. Just a reminder in case any of you forgot. Moving on to a couple of events, and the first one is this Grand Masonic Day, in which Greg Kaminsky is going to be giving 2 talks from what I can see. The first one is going to be him alone, speaking on the origin of Christian Kabbalah, Pico de la Mirandola, and Western esoteric tradition. This is, by the way, open not only to Masons, but open to the wider public. Anyone who wants to join online. The online tickets are $10, or you can join in person at the New Westminster Masonic building in New Westminster in Canada for $40. So that's going to be the first talk, and then the second talk is going to be Tradition and Technology, in which Greg Kaminsky is going to be speaking alongside a few other speakers there. So yeah, some exciting stuff. It looks interesting, right? It looks like they're going to have a couple of good talks. There we are. Moving on to the second event of this week, which caught my eye, which is Dreaming in the Knowing Field, Systemic Dream Interpretation. This looks really nice. I believe this may be linked somehow to Peter Mark Adams's latest book on the healing field. I may be wrong, but I think that may actually be the case. It seems very exciting, seems very interesting. A systemic way of approaching work with dreams. It's all described in the description here. Tickets are $35. It's an online event, so wherever you are in the world, well, as long as this the hours are okay for you. I'm assuming that those of you in Australia may struggle with that, but yes, those of you in Europe, I guess that will be kind of. No, it's those of you in Europe who are going to struggle with that, actually. So I take that back. But yeah, looks very, very interesting. There we go. And then finally, my board game of the week. Right, Mercurial is the one that caught my attention this week. It looks like something that I would enjoy. It's so spell crafting. You're using dice. You're using tokens and things like this. The artwork is just sublime. Just really, really nice artwork, right? And what really grabbed my attention was the fact that it's a very, very simple set of rules and lots of very thinky combinations, and that's really what I like the best, right? Games like Hanami Koji and the King is Dead, and other games like this where with very, very simple rules, but where there are so many possibilities, and you can really puzzle it out, right? You can really think about what the best combination is going to be, how you can really maximize your turn and things like this, and combine that with this gorgeous art and with components which look really, really gorgeous. Yeah, I'm up for this. I bought in the past a game called Ashes. But in truth, because it was that there were different rule sets for the different factions that you could play, it was very difficult for me to find someone to play with. And this looks like it's not going to have that problem. One reviewer was saying I can teach this in 5 minutes, and then we can sit down and actually spend our brain power on the game itself rather than on sussing out the rules. So that's something that I definitely appreciate. Doesn't it look nice? Yeah, it looks very, very nice indeed. There we go. Those are the items that I have for you this week. Thank you so much, everyone, once again for joining me as every week. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. That's really what keeps this channel breathing. Please don't forget to leave a comment if there's anything that is on your radar that I've missed out on. Let me know down in the comments. I always appreciate when people tell me about things that I'd missed. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Have fun. Bye-bye. See you soon. Bye.